Hey everyone, Drew Creekmer here, Wealth Advisor with Creekmer Wealth. Hope you all are doing well since the last time that we chatted. In this week's flash briefing, we're going to dive into a topic that over the last week has grown in relevance, but we just had timely planned this and got a little bit lucky in terms of the timing and the relevance about this topic. And what we're going to talk about today is about investment risk. And it's going to revolve around what's going on right now in the markets a little bit, but more importantly, how you need to view investment risk and some things for you to keep in mind as we go through the rest of this year. From real high level overview, this past week we saw a pretty sharp sell-off in the market. Now, is it something that's excessively concerning? No, we're not excessively concerned right now. This is a natural sell-off where we're starting to see a rotation from some high-flying names, high-flying tech names, and large-cap companies specifically into other sectors of the market that are currently projected to do very well as we begin to reopen our economy later this year. And so that was a big factor behind that sharp sell-off. There's also concerns around rising interest rates and ongoing fiscal stimulus and the impact that may have for the economy that also contributed to the recent sell-off this past week. That said, whenever we experience these fluctuations in the market, which are completely normal, you may begin thinking about, ooh, I don't like how my account balance is changing, or man, I'm getting kind of concerned. And that's where your relationship with investment risk is so critical for you to have a firm grasp of and understanding of. It's important to understand that in order to achieve the financial goals that you have, you need to take a certain amount of investment risk to generate the necessary return to achieve your goals. That said, there's also the human element to this where you need to understand how you react emotionally and behaviorally to fluctuations in the stock market. For example, if you're someone who rarely checks your statement and you don't get too overly concerned about the market dipping down by 5 or 6% in a short period of time, well, then you're someone who can probably afford to be a little bit more aggressive in your investments. Whereas if you're someone who is a little bit more conservative, or you notice your blood pressure rising as you're watching the news, well, then maybe you need to be a little bit more conservative with your investment risk that you're taking. That said, it's important to understand, though, if you're too conservative or too aggressive, you are potentially putting the achievement of your financial goals at risk. And that's where having a trusted advisor to come alongside you and walk you through the pros and cons and be the emotional shield for you during those periods of market volatility is so critical. I would advise each of you just to think through how you are feeling about where your accounts are at, where you are seeing the economy and the stock market is at right now, and begin thinking through, do you have too much risk potentially in your investment accounts that you're comfortable with? And then whenever you sit down with your advisor next or have a conversation with them, broach that topic. We'll definitely be bringing it up, but lay out how you're feeling, your emotions, your thoughts, and we can have a conversation on, do we need to make an adjustment, or are you sitting just right and we just need to remind each other of what is appropriate for achieving those financial goals. Once again, guys, thank you for your time. We're going to send out a deeper evaluation later this week of the past month in the market from John and myself. Should be a good deep dive for you. Come into your inboxes on Friday or Saturday later this week. Hope you all have been doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.